thank you, Joanna, for taking the time to meet with me today. I really appreciate it.
You are welcome.
So let's get started with a couple of intro questions. Can you give us a little bit of background on Shortcuts?
Yeah, absolutely. So Shortcuts is a salon management solution. We essentially provide a solution for all aspects of the salon, right from somebody making an appointment, maybe that's online or they're walking in, or maybe it's from a mobile app, through to when they arrive in the salon, filling in forms. Throughout the service, we're accessing client records. The management team are managing their inventory, reporting, dashboards. I mean, you name it. So we're a full suite specifically designed for hair salons, beauty salons, and barbershops.
So how did you first discover Jonas Software, and how are we compared to other acquirers?
Well, I believe that Jeff from Jonas was introduced to Shortcuts through our other founder, Paul Gordon. So they knew each other, and that's how Jeff came to know about Shortcuts. And I think because we were the leading brand in the hair and beauty industry in Australia. We were very industry specific. Our DNA was really suited to the type of acquisitions that Jonas are interested in.
So why did you decide to sell to Jonas?
Well, we courted for quite a while. So we had a relationship with Jonas for quite a while, over a couple of years. And I think the main reason that we decided to sell to Jonas was because we were able to continue to run the business the way we've been running it. We had the autonomy to continue on. So we would be able to keep our beautiful staff. We would be able to maintain our culture that was really ours. And, we really believed that Jonas was a really good fit for us, particularly for that reason. So we were able to maintain our own identity, culture, team, our industry knowledge, yet become part of a bigger family that could support us and help us grow even more.
Can you describe life at Shortcuts after the Jonas acquisition?
Honestly, it was pretty much business as usual on a day-to-day basis. From the minute that that Jeff walked in and said, "Hey, we're your new owners, but just keep doing what you're doing." Day to day, I think very little change. We had to learn a little bit about the Jonas model and the KPIs and the metrics, and then we were able to consolidate some of the things like payroll and HR and all of those sort of things. But as far as our outward-facing identity and what 90% of our employees did every day, there was really no change. So that was really great.
So at Jonas, we often talk about our ABCs as differentiators. So we have our autonomy, our decentralized operating model, buy and hold forever, so allowing us to invest for the long term, and culture of sharing best practices. So learning from the Jonas or CSI family of companies. So how's your experience aligned with these three differentiators?
Yeah, very well. Particularly autonomy, I've talked about that. So, that was just the great thing that what was said in the early days is actually what happened. So, you're always a little bit nervous about, well, they say they're not going to make any changes, but what if they make changes once it changed? And it didn't. And that, that's 1,000% our experience, which was really, really great. As far as what we've learned, me personally, I've learned a lot, because when you're running your own company, you only know what you know, and you know your industry, and you know your product, and you know your customers, and you do the best you can. But when you have access to others that are also doing the same thing, but maybe in a different industry or maybe in a different country, but it's kind of the same model, connecting with those people has been really amazing, particularly for our senior leadership team to, rather than just doing something the way we've always done it, to kind of go, hey, I wonder what some of the other Jonas companies do with this particular process or, in this particular instance. So I've met so many amazing people that have worked, for Jonas, CSI, and some of the other Jonas companies. And I always learn something from spending time with them, sharing some of our experiences and learning from them, as well as attending the Jonas Software Academy, which I've been lucky to attend a few of them. And yeah, it's been fantastic. So for me personally, it's just, fast-tracked and elevated my knowledge in the software industry, particularly in the vertical market space. So it's been wonderful.
What tips and advice would you give to a business owner thinking of selling their business?
If you're a good fit for Jonas, then they'll be a good fit for you. So that's my advice, is if you are good at what you do, you really know your niche market in your vertical, then you will be interesting to Jonas and you'll be a good fit. So yeah, that's my advice. And just always open and honest. I've found that to be just, the best approach in life anyway. There's no point having secrets, between, parties like that. So yeah, open and honest and transparent. And if you're a good fit, then you'll be a good fit.
Okay, so you've been involved with other ventures in addition to Shortcuts. So for example, the Life Sorted app. Can you elaborate a bit on these other projects?
Yeah, sure. I'm definitely a bit of a serial entrepreneur. Always love solving problems, and especially with technology. So the Life Sorted app is a little passion project of mine. It's a shared family organizer app. So it does everything from, a shared family calendar to shopping list, to-do list, birthdays, reminders, all that sort of stuff. And it really came about because, again, a bit like 25 years ago when I was looking for a solution to help me grow and manage my salon, I was looking for a solution to help me manage my crazy, hectic life, because I was traveling a lot for Shortcuts, because we've got customers all around the world. My husband was busy, my kids were getting busier, we were driving everywhere, and I didn't really have a good system to manage it. So I guess I took the knowledge that I had from booking software for salons and thought, how do I apply something like this to this environment? So yeah, it's been super fun to build another product that's got nothing to do with the vertical market, but it's still solving a problem that I had in my life using technology. So I definitely enjoy doing that sort of thing.
And any other projects in addition to the Life Sorted app?
Oh my goodness. Well, yeah, I do mentoring for female founders here in Australia for startups, which I really love, because I just think there's so many amazing ideas, and particularly females, who maybe have families and are, they've got ideas that they're trying to solve for themselves. So I do a bit of that. I'm on the board of a company that I used to be a shareholder in, which is a distribution company. In fact, we distribute eco-friendly consumable products to the hair and beauty industry. So I'm still a director of that company, which I really enjoy, because it's different, because it's distribution, it's not software, but it's still in my industry. So I just still really enjoy doing that.
Very interesting. It seems like you're very well connected to the salon and spa industry.
Yes, it's, it's been my whole life, really. I started hairdressing at the age of 16. So I've spent a long, long time in this industry, and yeah, I really, really love it.
Just before we head off, is there anything else, any other comments or tips that you can give to anyone else?
No, all I can just say is that my own personal experience with Jonas has been wonderful and fantastic, and I have just loved watching them grow, particularly in Australia, because we were one of the first acquisitions in Australia. And I've just loved seeing the new companies come on board from all of the different verticals and getting to know those people. It's wonderful to be part of such a great success story.